So, a little while ago, Hypixel Skyblock came out with an end update. They added the Zealot Bruiser hideout, which is a really good area to make money in. With a maxed out setup, you can make over 17 million coins an hour. Now let me stop wasting your time and let's get into the video. When you first unlock the end, you probably won't be able to one-shot Zealots. But fortunately, there's an NPC that spawns here that sells a Void Sword that can easily one-shot a Zealot if you're wearing full Ender armor. Now with the full set, including all the armor and the equipment, I can do around 20,000 damage. Now after you make a couple million coins, with this setup, I make around 1.5 million coins per hour. You want to get young dragon armor. The extra speed really helps. You also want to switch out your Void Sword for an aspect of the dragons. With that setup, I can easily make 3 million coins an hour. Now the final set you'll be using for this area would be 3/4 Wise Dragon Armor and either Dark Goggles, Shadow Goggles, or a Precursor Eye. Now with a Precursor Eye, you can shoot. Now with the Dark or Shadow Goggles, you'll want to buy a Frozen Scythe or a Glacial Scythe. With this setup, I make around 4 to 5 million coins per hour. Shoot all the Zealots with a beam. Now from this point on, this is where you start making loads of money. Now in the Zealot Bruiser area, the mobs have much more health, but they have a much higher chance of dropping a Summoning Eye. Now, one of the cheapest setups to get you started in this area would be 3/4 Wise, Shadow or Wither Goggles, and a Frozen Scythe. You won't be able to one-shot the mobs, but you'll still have a higher chance to get an eye. You'll also be wanting to use an epic or legendary sheep pet with that. Now, if you don't feel like shooting things with a Frozen Scythe, you could go a more melee route and do 3/4 Shadow Assassin, Zombie Knight Chestplate, and a Livid Dagger. For the pet, you'll want to use a epic or legendary Baby Yeti pet. You should be able to one-shot these mobs now, and with both of those setups, I make around 6 to 7 million coins per hour. From this point on, the money-making methods start getting more expensive to go into, but they give way more. The first set you should be using is 3/4 Storm, Wither Goggles, and a Glacial Scythe. Instead of using Storm, you could also use Final Destination Armor, which is the Enderman Slayer armor. It gives pretty good intelligence. For the pet, you could either be using a legendary sheep pet still, or switch to an epic to mythic Enderman pet. The Enderman pet has an ability that gives you 25% more chance to find special zealots. Now, for the melee side of things, it would be 3/4 Necron, a Shadow Fury or a Giant Sword, and still a Baby Yeti pet. The next setup you should be using is full Final Destination and a Juju Shortbow, or a Mythic Enderman pet, which I have already talked about. Or you could keep using the Necron set, but the Juju is way better. At this point, you need the Mythic Enderman pet. The 25% extra Zealot luck is so worth it. With full Final Destination and a Juju Shortbow, I make around 10 to 12 million coins per hour. Next, if you do enough damage, you should probably switch out 2 pieces of Final Destination, it doesn't matter which pieces, with Terror Armor. Terror Armor has an ability to let you shoot 2 extra arrows, so it's basically like having a Terminator. The final 2 sets you could be using are either 3/4 Storm Armor with Wither Goggles and a Hyperion, 3/4 Necron, a Tarantula Helmet, a 3/4 Necron with a Tarantula Helmet, a Terminator, and a Mythic Enderman pet. With a Mythic Enderman pet, or with those setups, you can make up to 17 million coins an hour, or more. It depends on your luck. Bruiser, thank you for watching this Zealot progression guide. Please like and subscribe as it supports the channel. See you in the next video.